to hinder, to steal, and to destroy, that we would have our word on today coming from our own elder Levi Young. Let's say amen as he comes.
Thank God. He is our everything. Amen. Yes, he is. Father, Heavenly Father, thank you for waking us this morning with a reasonable amount of health and strength. Lord, word my mouth. Lord, give me what your people need to hear, Lord. Lord, I know you will, because God, you are a loving God, and you know what we need and when we need it. So thank you for your grace and your mercy. Well, I want to talk about the fruit of long suffering. The fruit of long suffering. Now, I wrote a couple of definitions down on long suffering. Never giving up. Long suffering simply means suffering that seemed to last for always, forever. Then I see it says patient, enduring wrong or difficulties. Okay, I can kind of live with that one. Long suffering is always associated with hope and mercy. Long suffering is always associated with hope and mercy. The word suffer was to bear with, or also we would say put up with it. One of Jesus' main characteristics was long-suffering love. You know, I think about all this, and I'm so glad that Jesus is not like us. Amen. You know, we need to stay on our knees, not just go down on our knees. We need to go and get on our knees and spend some time. That the Lord is not like us. He is long-suffering. And when I think about that, because let's look at ourselves. If we just had a measure of long-suffering, how much better off we would be. But see, a lot of us, we don't deal with long-suffering. What we deal with is attitudes and emotions. Now, when I think about attitude and emotion, drive our decisions. Because if someone does something to us, we should, as Christians, pray about it. Amen. But oh no. First thing coming to our minds, I shoulda, coulda, or woulda. I know how to stop that one. No. You need to learn how to bear with some things. See, that's what Jesus did. He did not have to go on the cross. He was sent for that reason. But he suffered for us so that we would not necessarily have to go through some of these things that he went through. When I think about long suffering, how the children of Israel disobeyed. It's like Adam and Eve disobeyed. But you know what? He didn't say, well, no more. Put Adam and Eve out the garden. I'm not going to be put up with folks no more. Let's let the animals have it. He could have did. Now he could have did that. Because it's his world. But he said, no. because I believe there is at least one that can be saved. And so what did he do? He said, I'll suffer through it for a while. If we could just take that in our families, instead of putting folks out of the family, getting rid of friends, getting rid of our spouses and girlfriends and boyfriends, and just, well, can't put up with it no more. That's the third lie in 2 days. I can't deal with it. What can you deal with? If God had that kind of attitude, where would we be today? There would not be an earth, number one, because we would have been gone a long time ago. But long suffering, slow to anger. You know, and I think about, that's why when I'm going to Psalm 86 and 15, King James Version says, but you, O Lord, are a God of compassion and gracious, long suffering and abundance in mercy and truth. Well, and then I go over and I look at Amplified. But you, O Lord, are God merciful, gracious, slow to anger. Now, it didn't say he didn't get angry. Slow to anger. That means you put up with a lot of things. Why? Because you love the person. Now, just stop and think about children, parents. You birthed this child in the world. You know what you told this child. You know the thing that the child should do because it was raised up in Sunday school, been raised up with the Bible been read to them, but they go contrary to what you teach. Some of us want to disown your child. Some of you say, I didn't take all I can take. I just can't take anymore. But if God was that way, nobody would be here today. Be here. Long suffering. When you love something, you suffer. Not because you want to suffer, but because your love is so enduring. See, that's how God's love is. It's so enduring. He said, well, I'm just going to keep on making way for them. So those are my children. Yes, they messing up. Yes, they worshiping idols. Yes, they're going on the way and doing things that they know is against mankind. But I'm not going to give up on them. And let's look how long this world that we know about has been here. And we're still messing up. Amen. Thought by now we got somewhat better. But I think we're getting worse. Amen. But long suffering, slow to anger. You know, and when I think about that, it just says to me, we need to learn how to forgive. You know, we have to forgive people. We have to make up our minds that, yes, I know that was a lie. I know I didn't do that. But look, I can cast that person out of my mind. But if I did, what would happen if I'm the only one who could really get close to that person? See, sometimes everybody can't get to somebody. Sometimes you have an inside track. You know, I have a cousin that no one in this room knows about but me. And I met him in Ohio a few years back. He's hot-tempered, and so am I. And we didn't know who we were. We knew that we thought we were somebody. But as the conversation started to go in this particular day in the banquet room, he said something to me, and I looked at him. And I just shook my head, not knowing that he was thinking the same thing I was thinking, because someone came over to me and said, he doing the same thing you doing. Somebody over there trying to cool him down, because you know who he is. I said, I don't care. Really don't care. But you know what? I didn't say anything. I kind of simmered down a little. He simmered down a little. And when we got at the head table and began to talk, we found out his parents, my parents, were from the same county in Tennessee. And that led to a relationship today that can take just about anything. Because we were slow to anger. And we went through some things. And we grew. And people have seen the relationship between he and I. And they have become closer. And they became more family-oriented. You got to take something. If you want love, see, Jesus knew. He knew exactly what had to happen. He knew that he would have to, no. If you ever get another opportunity to read the Bible, read about this crucifixion, read about the journey to the cross, and really take your time and understand what it says. It said he was beaten worse than any human being ever. They said they could not even recognize who he was. Did he have to go through that? He did not have to take one lick. He didn't have to do it. But he, came here for a purpose. He came here to give us away. So he went through all that suffering for you and I.